Fucking Eddie forgot about the pink bag. Wait, so Eddie forgot about the object in the lining of the pink bag.
We haven't figured out what it is yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
The pink bag is the nothing but strikes at Midworld Lanes, right?
Yeah, that holds the.
But the pink bag has black 13, not pink, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pink.
We're using black now.
Pink 7.
I don't know. I don't know. Do they call the bag pink? I don't even know. But
well, right here they. Well, right here they do.
okay. Well,
he forgot about the object in the lining of the pink bag.
That's an unfortunate coincidence. He should have used another color bag.
Right.
But yeah, I forgot about that. And no, Susanna hasn't. Well, it says Susanna uses it later, right?
Susanna finds it later, but she's not herself.
Oh fuck. Okay, never mind.
Which I guess means Mia finds it.
Yeah.
But so that makes me wonder. I mean, obviously, what is it? But more than that, who put it there? If it's like if both the good side and the bad side can use it, what is it like?
What?
One, like, I guess because they
like
were saying
evil and it calls Callahan.
Sorry, Allie, what?
Because they were saying something like the bag is still Todash. So does that mean that it could be found other places and people could put things in it, or?
They were guessing because they were like, if we were Todash and the ball was Todash, how do we put the ball in the bag or something? And they were like, maybe the bag was Todash. Everything's Todash.
That's a good point. This bag could have been anywhere.
Because how would they not have found the thing in the lining beforehand?
Well, that's another good point, though. So either I doubt they didn't inspect it, which means it was put there afterward. But maybe we'll find. I mean, I know we'll find out more. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we will have more questions answered once we find out more, but I mean, like even just a little bit more. Like, what is it?
Callahan goes to New England.
Mm-hmm.
So Eddie goes to New York. Callahan goes to Stone.
Well, Callahan goes to New York too. He goes to both.
So he goes to Stoneham to find the two morons that are leaving a trail a mile wide.
Yes.
Yes. Because of Tower.
Does he ever? But he hasn't caught up with them yet, right?
No, he tells the woman to.
Oh yeah, tell them to stop doing that. Too.
Yeah. Such a main thing too, where he's like, "I'll give you a stamp or whatever," and she's like, "No need, I'll do it for you for free, no problem."
Yeah. Do ya? Callahan agreed, but that wasn't quite right. I mean, yeah.
I'm open to that too.
Yeah, that's funny though. He's mixing his Cal speak and his main accents up.
Well, and I like how it basically confirmed that like main accents are Gala speak.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. I forgot that was confirmed, but I know we've made that comparison before.
Yeah.
We don't bother. We don't bother much about such thing out in these parts. Parts came out parts. I wonder why he doesn't sound like he has an accent like everyone in his books does. How do you avoid that?
Well, I wonder if people like,
because everyone I've met in Maine talks like his books.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe it's people in the city, but we've met a lot of people in the city who have a thick accent.
And in the country.
Yeah, and in the country.
What's his name?
The carpenter, contractor.
Shout out to I can't remember his name.
Shout out to that guy.
The maintenance guy at Stone Camp.
Yeah.
Derek.
I think right? So. Shout out to Derek.
He's the one with the patty badge.
Yeah. I remember sitting out there. I just loved listening to him talk.
I know. Right. Can you read me an audiobook? Preferably a Stephen King one. Anyway, so Callahan goes to New England and tells them to stop being stupid. I feel like they're already caught. If Callahan found them that easy, then
right. Well, to be fair, they had a plan. So like Balazar didn't know to look for the zip code, but
they're not going to be that hard to find.
right.
They're broadcasting.
Yeah, because of his stupid book. Although, I think Roland was starting, or somebody at the end was starting to say this. They're like, he kept them for a reason. I think it was Roland. And then he's like, yeah, because he's an idiot or whatever. I'm like, I guess that's a good point. If like, especially if this book is their key to getting out of there, which I'm still not sure what's going to happen, then like, it is a good thing that Tower kept the books because they need it.
Is Taylor's Lot one of the valuable books that he passed through the door?
It has to be, right?
Is that where Roland saw it?
Yeah, because that's
In the
where
cave? Or in their store? I can't remember.
no, he was reading it in the cave while Eddie was in the store.
Roland was.
Yeah,
Because Roland never went to the store.
yeah. Roland stayed to make sure the door didn't close, and that's when he was looking at the books.
Okay, well, what was Sam's Lot doing there?
That's what I was just saying.
Oh, okay.
Although I guess that wasn't a valuable book, so maybe it's just it's with the collection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be with,
But you know what?
Dickens or War and Peace or
Now, this is like just a theory, but maybe like I mean, I know part of it is obviously his love for the first edition, but like if Ka is involved because it does help. Like, oh no, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. I was about to say it helps convince people to save the books as a collection because these are his special books. Whereas it's like if you were like just save this book, they'd be like, why? But then I was like, it's one book, then it wouldn't be a problem. So never mind. I have no idea.
Yeah, I wonder how Sam's Lot made it in there.
Well, I don't.
That just Kyle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I wonder how. I think it's like now we definitely know that it's there on purpose.
Who put it there?
Right.
Because it wasn't Callahan, right?
Definitely not. He didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure, it seemed like the first time he ever saw it.
I would be curious to like. We'll see if when we meet up with Tower and Deep Note, if Tower knows that it's there. If they're like, "Where did you get this book?"
He is the reliable one. No, I mean,
No, Deep Note is.
Yeah.
So Tower's like, "What is it? I don't know what that is." Then we'll know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like so. Wait, so what, Allie? What do we know about Stephen King in
Yeah.
the story?
In the story, I think the only thing that we technically know is that he's an author because he's written a book, and he's part of what they're calling the key world that they keep going back to
Are they using the word
look at the rose and deal with Tower and all his bullshit.
Keystone Earth?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad I can say that now.
I didn't realize you had put that together already.
Yeah, me either. I've been holding that one for like 5 books now. Like, well, no, I keep wanting to go. No, they're not at that Earth. They're at Keystone Earth.
I think
I'm
I
like,
did
wait.
say it, and you're like, we're what Earth? They're all. What, you don't know that?
Right. Well, I'm still in the multiverse. Shut up. I don't remember what my point was, but
Oh, also, the part where Callahan is talking about. Oh well, at the end.
so they found the book, and Callahan. Well, Roland was apparently reading the book, and he showed it to Callahan. Callahan goes, "I'm not a character. I'm a real person. Goddammit." And that was kind of where we left it, right?
Yeah.
I guess Callahan has to go read the book. What was the part that you never told anybody? Was that actually in the book? Because I'm not sure I remember that.
Mr. Flip.
Was that in the actual book?
I think so.
I guess it has to be. Or he probably went back and retrofitted it if it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it's in the version I read
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, I think Barlow may have somehow used that against him.
That's what I'm like. I have because we didn't get a ton from Callahan's perspective in Salem's Lot.
Like, yeah, he wasn't.
Like, Allie,
anything in Salem's Lot.
after we finish this, you have to go back and read Salem's Lot and see how jarring it is to like see Callahan at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
And you're like, ew, I don't like him.
He's not likable until the tower. It's kind of like, why did he save that guy? All the characters he could have saved. We couldn't have Jack Torrance up here like saving vampires, or killing vampires.
Jack Torrance, really?
Oh, you know.
Why?
All right, how about Danny? I don't know. How about Guard? Or
Like-
Bobby?
It's just such a weird. Like, you want him to have a redemption arc? Is that it?
Well, he has one now, kind of.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, he did have one in the book, technically.
You know, in the book, he did.
Yeah.
He saved them, but killed himself.
Right.
And
it
then
really
Dr. Sleep,
made sense to have Danny in this.
I mean, he's got the touch, right?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got the time.
It's the same thing.
But yes.
The shine becomes the touch. Why didn't he just call it the shine in like Dark Tower Land? It would
He
have been so
probably
much easier.
forgot.
He was like, oh, well, he probably didn't know that they were the same thing yet.
Right, yeah, that's true.
I'm probably figuring out what that was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably, like, he writes so many things that he was probably, this idea was coming out, and he probably didn't even think, like, yeah, I've done this before. Like, Danny has this.
Yeah, he's got a whole category of things called Trump novels. Like he writes 100 or 2 pages and then not sure if he likes it and throws it in the trunk.
I mean, that's how that's what he did for Pet Sematary, yeah.
He's like, fuck you, fine. You want a book? Take this one. I hate it. Like, oh, that sold 1 million copies.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, nom, nom, nom.
Give me all your trunk novels.
I know. Because that was like my favorite one. Pet Sematary, like my favorite. And I was like, what do you mean he almost got rid of it? And then the whole tagline was, the book's so scary, even Stephen King had to put it down and stop writing it for 2 years. Like, no, that's not how that went.
But I will say it is one of his, like, scarier novels.
There's not much redemption. Usually there's
Yeah.
some kind of redemption for some character, and there's not really in that one.
It isn't, yeah, no.
And especially not in the new movie. We can talk about that movie.
Yeah, we did. Didn't we podcast on it?
No.
No, we didn't.
We did Stand By Me when that came out. The movie. That's the only movie we've done.
That was before we started podcasting.
That was before Allie. We were podcasting.
Oh.
Long. We took a break in the middle of like 11/22/63 because Stand By Me was in the theater for like one day
No, I'm
only.
talking about Pet Sematary. Because
Never.
that came out for your birthday, didn't it?
When
what
we
I
saw
mean.
the movie was
Before we podcasted.
I think, yeah.
And I read the book before the movie. Sorry. What?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I was up there. And there's 2 movies.
I mean, that's a quick one. Sorry.
I remember talking to you about Pet Sematary at work, Amber, and I think that was like a solid year or so before you guys started the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably my birthday the year before.
Wow. All of my years are blending together with Stephen King. But I mean, so then it's been a couple of years since I've reread that. I read it as a kid, but I didn't remember a lot. And I reread it, and I still remember a lot. Like, that book is vivid.
Yeah.
Pet Sematary.
The whole, I don't know how we're off on this tangent, but when the whole like climb over have you read it, Allie?
I haven't read it. I've seen the original movie, but I haven't seen the remake.
Filmed in Maine. The original, not the remake.
Is the remake? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Probably not.
Well, yeah, then I can't really tell you about the scene that I want to talk about.
I mean, you can add it to the list.
Yeah, when he has to like climb over the deadfall to get to the real burial ground, he can't look down and he can hear like the things that are coming, and if he resists the temptation, he looks around, he's fucked. You know, like what's his name's wife? Lot's wife looked around and got turned into a pillar of salt
I don't remember that.
in the Bible.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know any Bible stories. I didn't go to Catholic school.
I was Catholic to the age of reason.
What
That's
is
weird.
that?
Yeah, it was about 6. So, what was I saying?
Point. It's a scary read. He's very
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's carrying. I can't
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't have a light load on his
There are
shoulder while
multiple.
he's doing it.
It's also because there are multiple trips. So like it's terrifying the first time, and then every time he might have to go back.
It doesn't get less terrifying.
Right.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Calla. What the hell?
Well, to be fair, Stephen King inserted himself in the Calla.
Right? So now the whole Stephen King library is open. That's what you get, buddy. I like here how Eddie is Callahan is teaching Roland how to speak Maine, I think.
How does Callahan know?
He lived in Salem's Lot. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true. Was he born there?
I'm not sure. I think so.
So he lived there all his
He
life.
was just a
Oh
Salem's
my
Lot
god.
No,
until he hit the roads.
Damn.
no, because it talks about him being in like what I thought was Boston because he was at a different parish first
That was
and
after, wasn't it?
moved somewhere else.
Oh, he may have. Oh, the church may have sent him there at some point, but he had been there for a while. By the time we met him in Salem's Lot, it's not like he was new to the town. I don't know that they necessarily grew up there.
I just, for some reason, because I see he's such a nomad when we know him,
Yeah,
like he's always been traveling. Like he comes from New York, was my impression.
all that happened afterwards. He asked with the gun. He asked Callahan to imitate the accent of the storekeeper and the post lady. This Callahan, a former Maine resident, after all, was able to do quite well. So he got Roland going, "Do ya?" said Roland, and then, "Oh yeah, do ya? Oh yeah." I have kind of a funny image trying to picture Roland practicing how to say "do ya" and "yeah."
But why is he practicing?
Why is he practicing Calla speak?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's before it's over, but still, he knows they're about to leave. What the hell does he care? I don't know. Is he just having fun?
Roland have fun?
Well, when they made the Dark Tower movie, that Stephen King made him change like most of Roland's parts because he was talking too much. He was like, Roland does not say that much. You need to cut that down to one sentence. So I guess they I don't know, where are we at? They have agreed the wolves are coming. Mia is actually Mia tried to take over and Susanna said, "Hey, can you chill for like a day?"
When did that happen? Did that happen like right before battle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Having like labor pains, and she was like, "No, no, no, no! Like, let me finish this, and then I will help you have this child." And I, quite honestly, I was shocked that worked.
Well.
I mean, they kind of have to work together. Like Mia knows that she can't. If Susanna doesn't help her, actually, I don't know. I guess she
Mia
can take over.
Mia would just like be like, "Fuck Susanna."
That's a good point.
And she, I guess, yeah. But again, she probably does need her in some capacity because I don't know where Mia came from. So is she a aspect of Susanna's brain, or is she an outside force? If she's part of Susanna, she knows how to do all this shit.
I don't know that I don't know that, at least. I don't know if she's an aspect of Susanna or if she's something that was born of the demon child.
So my other comparison though is like Detta was not able to communicate with Odetta the way that Mia is with Susanna.
Uh-huh.
Well, in that moment,
they're aware of each other.
Even that is more than was the case, which I know maybe is possible because Susanna knows about her personalities now.
Yeah.
But it definitely seems like Mia has a stronger presence than like Detta did. And maybe that's because of the baby. I mean, obviously.
Stronger. I mean, Detta took over whenever the hell she wanted.
Is
that what you mean by stronger?
I do, but like I also don't know that like Detta was necessarily like. Do we know that she was back there trying 100% of the time, and then whenever it worked, like
No,
she
no, I
went
don't think it
through?
was like that at all. Actually,
So like,
I think they all had their, I don't know how you even say it, prearranged schedules
yeah,
because they're all in the same brain. The brain just, did the task scheduling for them.
maybe that's a good way of putting it. I don't get the sense that Mia is in Susanna's brain. I feel like they're sharing it, maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's part of her brain.
No. Yeah. No, I don't. I agree.
If that makes sense.
Mia doesn't seem to have come from the same place as Detta,
Right. Right.
even though Detta's a force in herself.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean that to say that Detta isn't as strong. It's like Mia's presence is different, I guess.
Well, before, what is this, like 2 days before, where she's in the bathroom and she just, like, an hour went by?
She lost. It was more than an hour.
She does, well, it doesn't know what, oh yeah, like the sun was like halfway across the sky or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, nobody's looking for you.
Yeah. Where's Eddie?
You were in the bathroom for what, 2-3 hours, and like nobody's wondering if you're, especially if they know you have a demon baby and she could go bad at any time. Isn't several people supposed to be watching her? I mean, after the wolves, I get how you could lose track, but before you had one job. There was two people. Wait,
And again,
Rosalita, Andy. Wait, was Andy one of them? Did he tell Andy to watch her?
No.
Tell somebody else to watch her. Callahan, I think.
Callahan. Yeah.
Callahan's too worried about her having an abortion.
Well, yeah, he was like Callahan. He told it was his responsibility to watch her.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. I don't know why he did that.
No.
Well, I mean, clearly Callahan is just worried about keeping the demon baby alive and not her well-being.
Yeah.
Backwards, but whatever. Describes religion. So I don't think he was the best. Anyway, she had like several people supposed to be watching her, and they all sucked, and she still disappeared.
I also wish she would have told them she blacked out for 3 hours or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had a meeting. Let's not keep secrets, and then they all went back to keep it. Like nothing was different. They all went back to keeping secret, except Jake, because Jake is awesome.
To be fair, though, like I guess they would have. I'm like, what would they have done differently? I guess they would have tied her up so she couldn't run away,
Or kept a closer eye on her at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Put her in the box,
or hide the box, or hide the other. You're talking about that box? Yeah.
Yeah, because like after the fight and they're dealing with the aftermath of like sorting out all the wolves and the body parts and all of that, she goes off kind of by herself, and Addie's like, yeah, I don't blame her. This is a bad scene too. I wouldn't want to be here either unless I had to. And I'm like, well, why doesn't she have to? Like, why are you giving her a pass? And shouldn't you be a little bit more concerned about the fact that she's distancing herself from everyone right now? Like,
so I agree. I will say it was during the moment when Ben Slightman Senior was discovering his son's body. So I kind of understood that because he was like, yeah, I get why she would leave. But I do think, like, you're right. Like, why would Eddie stay for that then? Like, why not just follow her and like comfort her?
I think they're all
at that point.
Say again?
No, I was just saying, like, obviously, like, if your wife is gonna go sit by herself to deal with like the horrors of what just happened, maybe she needs support as well as all the other people who they have Roland to lean on and each other. You should be there for your wife.
Oh,
I hope your husband is listening. Your future husband is listening.
Oh, he
in this situation, I don't feel that way just because I'm like I feel like
they all had their own shit that they had to go through post-battle to
exactly
like wind down.
Yeah,
that may be a personal moment for all of them.
And Eddie knows that Susanna's the type of person to be like, "Hun, come with me. I need you." Like, she's not gonna make him guess that she needs his support.
Yeah, I don't. And maybe this is just like of course, knowing that she was about to not be Susanna. It's like
I guess he should have been keeping
my
kept
mental.
their eye on her just because they all knew.
But as far as everyone knew, there were no signs. So, like, that nobody would assume she would be able to just take over immediately.
Because she didn't tell anybody there were signs.
Exactly.
That, yeah, I guess.
Because fuck Susanna. She about to get the stand treatment.
Yeah. Huh. It's funny because it's like Susanna, if you're going to compare it in that way, she's so much better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
like infinitely.
fuck her for different reasons.
Right.
Not because of the same reason fuck Stan. Fuck Stan because he's a coward and he let everybody down. He got Eddie killed.
I got confused for a second.
I thought you were saying like the book The Stand.
No.
I thought you said that at first too.
Stanley Uris. Fuck Stan.
Yeah.
Remember I used to say fuck Stan all the time because I'd be like, just because fuck Stan.
And you do realize. Never mind. Okay, sorry.
So I'm saying Susanna as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And again, I was telling Amber, I was looking at the chapters in I guess Susanna's book. There's actually some good shit and important shit that happens. Man, I want to skip it.
Like we were gonna skip it anyway.
I know, but
Hey, Allie, you know all these books that we've been reading for like the past year?
we're gonna skip the second to last one.
Yeah, not important.
I've done it. I mean, not the first time through, but like the third time through, I was audiobooking it, and I just like while I was doing both, like reading it, and because I worked like an hour and a half away, so I'd audiobook it in the car and then read, the book at night. And I went for and Calla ended, and How's It Ends, Mia disappears with Black 13, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I went to the first page of Dark Tower 7, which is Dark Tower, and I read like 2 pages. Like, okay, well, I know what's going on. I don't need to go back and read that whole goddamn book. Like Susanna's book is like her having. It's all them reconciling and coming back to. No, that's not true either. I'm not even going to try to describe Susanna's book. It's kind of world building for book 7, I guess is maybe the way to say it. So
It's like a giant prelude. Or prologue, sorry.
yeah,
Forgot what
there's good information, but you don't necessarily need. Although,
Can I, without giving anything away, is all this stuff in New York in book 6?
no, I think that's 7.
Okay.
Some.
What
I
about,
think everybody's told that for most of Susanna's book.
is the Stephen King stuff in 6?
I think that's 7.
So what is it 6?
See? Now you're starting to get it.
I mean, I remember a lot of Susanna and Mia's part. Whatever, we'll see. We'll get there.
No, we're going to book 7 next.
How many times have you read the series?
This is probably my read.
Whatever. Read, listened to, consumed.
This is 5 or 6.
How many times have you skipped Song of Susanna?
Like 2 or 3.
What have you read? Have you skipped it? Like, have you skipped it the last 3 times that you
No.
consumed? Okay.
I did skip it last time.
Okay. I'm just curious. I feel like maybe you have a stigma and it's actually not that bad of a book.
Yes. I think that's part of it at this point.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you the chapters, I was looking at them. I was like, ooh, Beanquake. Because the first chapter in Song of Susanna is Beanquake. And that's, if I remember right, it's pretty, thinking about it is pretty goddamn terrifying.
Well, speaking of which, we know about the Breakers now and what they're trying to do.
What do we know?
He literally says it Andy tells, I mean, not Slightman tells him, which I didn't understand why Ben was giving him all this information.
He said he was about to die. So Allie, what do we know about the breakers then? Do you remember?
Well, so
It's on page 659.
I still think that the majority of what I know from the breakers is from Loman and Yellowcoats. But so it does say, oh God.
See, I keep forgetting what we learned.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
do we know anything about the breakers and I don't know how to fucking say it.
I mean, the paragraph is right here. Page
Yeah.
659. Somewhere over there are poor creatures called breakers, prisoners. Andy says they're telepaths and psychokinetics, and although I can neither word, I know they're to do with the mind. The breakers are human, and they eat what we eat to nourish their bodies, but they need other food, special food, to nourish whatever it is that makes them special.